Me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight.
Mr. Wade, can I help you
Don't
with
do nothing
anything?
stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wade. You can get there through the cell corridor.
I need more light in here. God damn it.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at
like
Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him.
Hey.
Over.
Ruhe da hinten!
Wait. Yeah,
Damn
this is
it.
Thornton.
I
Look,
don't want to
we've
be
located the
alone in
break room.
here.
It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over. Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over. Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Das kommt mir alles so vor, als ob der Alan hier... Oh. Als ob der irgendwie durchgedreht ist und der begeht hier irgendwie die ganze Zeit irgendwelche Morde oder so. Der hat den Stucky umgebracht, diesen Kampf da in der... Der hätte aber auch nicht den Mund, so kann sich ja kein Mensch konzentrieren. Der bringt die Leute um und hat dann seine Nervenzusammenbrüche. Das geht doch, sehen Sie? Sie brauchen gar kein Licht. Schon sind sie ruhig. Freundliche Sicht, was vor ihnen steht.
Hey! Hey, you! Can you help me? Can you turn the lights on?
Turn the lights on.
Hey!
Ja, ich mache.
Please help me, man! Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Na, ja, und jetzt fällst du ins Säuferkoma, oder was? Nee. Danke für die nette Geschichte. Mich wundert, dass die ja alle Angst im Dunkeln haben.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Wir gehen gleich zu Defense.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan
shots
and
fired.
Deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's
Justieren? Darüber müssen wir, okay. Was ist das hier? Thermometer oder was? Da drüben ist doch das Loch im Zaun, ne? Komm ich da rüber? Und bam! Boah! Das ist doch hier, das ist doch der Hulk, der Junge. Manuskripte überall. Davon habe ich auch noch
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Was haben wir denn hier?
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Was ich auch nicht verstehe, der hat ein Handy, aber da ist kein Licht dran, oder was? Noch so alt das Handy. Der immer mit Taschenlampe rumrennen muss. Hier läuft auch schon wieder geile Mucke. Ach, der Panther.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
What?
Marvelous, Sarah.
Das
I
ist
just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their...
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh! Hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey,
Barry,
get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Ja, und da ich jetzt keine Frau mehr habe, ist er eigentlich ganz... Ich ja scheinbar umgebracht, meine Vermutung.
I'd come here to rent a cabin, where I could wait till midnight.
Oh, das sind ja voll die süßen Mammut. Du nicht, aber die ja. Oh. Was haben wir hier? Skelett eines Prärie-Mammuts. Mammutus columbui. Was? Columbi? Mammutus columbi. Dieses Exemplar, dessen Alter auf etwa 14.000 Jahre geschätzt wird, wurde 1981 in La Brie-Tar-Piz gefunden. 1998 wurde es dem Elderwood Nationalpark gestiftet, als das Prärie-Mammut zum offiziellen Staatsfossil Washingtons erklärt wurde. Das Mammut, Hasenzahn-Charlie getauft, das Mammut wurde Hasenzahn-Charlie getauft und ist inzwischen das offizielle Maskottchen des Parks. Hasenzahn-Charlie, ein Mammut. Steht hier alles ja nicht drauf. Bucktooth Charlie. Columbian Mammoth. Der den ganzen restlichen Text hernimmt, will ich nicht. Schwanz sieht zu klein aus. Also, sein Schwanz halt hinten. Dünn. Ups. Ich habe den Blumentopf umgeworfen. Es tut mir leid.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Funny Farm. Kommen wir nicht raus? Ich überall Thermoskannen klaue.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Ah, Bucktooth Charlie. Sure. Das Mammut, na klar.
What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet.
Ja, okay.
The form's on the desk across from the mammoth
ja
skeleton.
Chill mal.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Bist du fertig? Danke. Bin noch nicht fertig mit meinem Joke, Barry. Es geht noch weiter. Der hat doch da drin, der flucht doch da drin rum. Der verfolgt mich mit seinen Blicken. Barry ist creepy. Ich hab das Formular.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks.
Right. Oh, all right, baby.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
Was war das? Hast du dich jetzt entschieden? Brunsruf. Na gut, dann gehe ich, Barry. Dann gehe ich. Bleib seid hier, Barry. Letzte Chance, Barry. Ah, kommt. Oh, jetzt wird's wieder dunkel. Jetzt kommen wieder die scheiß Geister.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Sterben ist jeder der Erste.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
War eigentlich ganz nett hier.
Lock the door when I leave.
Yep, you go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine. Alone, but fine. In a cabin straight from a horror movie.
Ja, da hast du recht.
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Ha-ha! Thank you. I'll just sit here in the dark till you come back. Or until I get eaten by a grue.
Was Feuer? Einen ausschalten.
I didn't realize we were back in the 3rd grade here.
Ja, ich lasse das Licht doch an. Oh, eine Batterie. Okay. Ja, da geht's wieder los. Jetzt sammeln wir wieder unsere Munition von vorne, unsere Batterien von vorne und dann kommen wieder Geister von vorne und ich töte Geister, denn ich bin ein Ghostbuster. Something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Othok! Who you gonna call? Othok! Who you gonna call? Othok! Okay, da ist nichts. Eine Bank. Oh. Ganz ruhig. Aha. Ja, wusste ich doch. Whirlpool. Hier Wasser drin, aber geil. Schule. Baumstamm. Interessant ist, dass hier ein Haufen Baumstämme immer sind, die immer exakt gleich gefällt sind. Brunnen ohne Wasser, sogar ohne Loch. Wirklich halt einfach Steine. Was ist das denn? Sterne.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Ja. Mach die Tür ab. Oder Jeep hier. Wollen wir mit dem fahren?
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Ja, Barry hat die Schlüssel für das Auto. Die können wir auch nicht holen, weil Barry ist zu weit weg. Ne? Das ist unmöglich.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Er ist sauer auf Barry und redet deswegen nicht mit den Cops. Ergibt Sinn. Logic. Ah, hier, ganzen Mörderhäuser hier. Ganzen Horrorfilmhäuser. Tag. Der Radio. Mach's Radio an.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Warum kann ich denn das Licht da drin anschalten? Geht wieder los. Geht wieder los. Können wir hier hochklettern? Nein. Jetzt komme ich hier nicht mehr rüber, oder was? Ach, komm schon. Geht doch. Hallöchen. Den Lichtschalter? Ja, der geht nicht mehr. Ah, geil. Oh, Blut.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
Kann ich Fernsehen gucken? Cool, eine neue Serie.
He's a weird one. So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Stimmt, neue von Netflix.
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
You must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived.
Night Springs, die neue
You
Serie.
won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
Oh oh.
You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison.
Jetzt wird's dramatisch.
You got me.
Scheiße, jetzt.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
An dem Spiegel. Das war die neue Folge von Night Springs. Oder Night Falls? Nee, wie hieß es denn? Night Springs war's. Ja, hammergeil. Richtig cool, richtig gute Folge. Ich bin schon gespannt auf die nächste. Ich freue mich schon. Game of Thrones like, also Top-Serie, kannst du nichts sagen. Mega Acting. Spannungsbogen ist Hammer. Ja, die Kostüme, geil. Einfach nur geil. Phone. Ring, ring, ring on the telephone. Do not Feed, weil